Good morning. This is Chase Clanton on Gov Talk here on WLIJ, where we have all kinds of different government and government-related talk shows. And today is Carol Garrette and friends. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Chase.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to be back here.
Yeah, it's good to be back after the holiday season, right?
Got to get back in gear.
Yeah, I know. It's first day back for some students we have here today.
That's right.
Maybe wish they had one more day. I don't know. But we're joined. Introduce our guests, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'll be glad to. So I have brought my friends from Cartwright Elementary this morning, and this is Malcom Martin, and he is our assistant principal at Cartwright. Mm-hmm. And then he has brought with him two of our student ambassadors. I believe there are 15 student ambassadors at Cartwright 15. Elementary, and they are made up of 4th and 5th graders. But we have brought two of our 5th grade leader friends here from Cartwright.
All right, some leaders today.
That's right, and this is Miss Clara Ozella.
Hello.
And also David Quinones. Hi, David. All right, with us today, we're going to talk about two different things. We launched a new app for Bedford County Schools back in November.
Yeah.
And we've got some exciting things to share about that. But I thought about Cartwright when I thought about talking on the air about our app, and y'all had asked us about, hey, let's have some conversations around this and what this is doing for Bedford County Schools. And so I thought about Cartwright. And then when I went to talk to them, too, I also thought about, wow, they not only have they been a leader in our communications efforts with our new app, but also Cartwright is a leader in the STEAM effort. And STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. Sometimes you hear STEM education.
Which is different.
It doesn't include arts.
So it's basically all of that but art.
That's right.
Okay.
And STEAM includes arts, which I think is very important. That's an important element of the certification. But Cartwright said from the get-go, when we built this new school, Principal Yos and Assistant Principal Martin said, we want to get STEAM certified. They will be our first Bedford County school to be STEAM certified. It is not easy. It usually takes a school 2 years to do that, and they said we're going to try to do it in one. They almost did in one. Last year they missed it by about 10 points, which is not many points in the grand scheme of how they're scored. But this year we are very hopeful. That scoring is starting soon, I think next week. We
submit our application next week.
Okay, and then in March we'll get a visit from the STEAM Certification Committee.
Yes, TSIN will come to Cartwright in March to grade us.
Mm-hmm. So that's a day to be prepared for, right?
Oh, yes.
Right.
We'll be
on your best behavior.
Yes, for sure.
And so I wanted to bring I thought, wow, Cartwright's really been a leader in terms of STEAM and setting the bar, too. So I wanted to have them come and talk about both of these topics today.
Oh, wonderful. Well, let's start off by talking a little bit about STEAM. So, like, for listeners who may not be familiar, Mr. Martin, what does STEAM certification mean for an elementary school?
Yeah, for Cartwright Elementary in particular, we set off to take on this venture, and it is really it's a venture, it's a journey through this process. Most schools, like Ms. Garrett said, get it in 2 years. However, there's a process before you even start the process of actually applying.
Okay, explain what that is.
So many schools have to change their culture because not many schools are a STEAM culture. They're using their curriculum, and they're going of what we would consider a traditional school model, and they got to change their culture before they start that process. Like, hey guys, hey teachers, hey staff, we're going to change our culture, and we're going to go after the STEAM designation. We're going to start next year. So we're going to spend a year to get our culture ready, and then we're going to start the process of being STEAM designated. And that's when that 2-year window kind of opens up, of where most schools get it within 2 years. However, we weren't a school before that.
Right.
So there was no changing of culture.
Yeah.
So why not just set the culture as STEAM? And that's what we decided to do. So that's kind of how we started that process. But what does it mean for elementary school? It really means it gives our students creative thinking, collaboration, and adaptability.
Okay.
And what we're really looking for is preparing our students to be in the world that we currently live in and not the world that we as adults grew up in. We look at artificial intelligence. We look at engineering pathways. We look at different non-traditional models that we currently are seeing. And our goal is to set our students up for that versus of our old traditional way.
Yeah, it's more than just, this will sound like a college standpoint, but it's more than just lectures and scantrons.
Yeah.
It's exciting, too, because while we're excited to have a school that's STEAM certified, the most important part is that our students are part of this, and it's preparing them, it's setting them up for success in today's world, and that's incredible.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, and that's you're kind of touching on what it means to the community there. Is we'll have better prepared and really, impressive students, and I think we'll even inspire adults in our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you just you can look at any statistics that you want to look at. You can look at research as well. However, you can look at all those things, but when you're talking about building a community and you're building a place where people want to live in, you want your students to come out of high school and be able to return to that community and put things in place. Thinking about Bedford County, when you have two large cities, call them Murfreesboro City.
I'm fine with that. It's pretty big.
But you have Nashville and Murfreesboro right next door to you, and look, even Smyrna's growing. I always say Shelbyville's heading that way towards Smyrna route.
Growing north.
Growing.
Yeah.
What we want to do is we don't want our students to leave out of here and then go settle in Murfreesboro, settle in Nashville, settle in Franklin. Why can't we bring them back to Shelbyville and our Bell Buckle, our county, our district? And that starts in elementary school.
Okay.
I heard on the news this morning that made me think of this, that Shelbyville was in a short list of one of the most desired cities to live in Tennessee now. There's a list of about 8, and Shelbyville was on it.
Shelbyville's on the short list.
Yes.
Yeah, it's, and I think that's because it's not Murfreesboro and it's not giant.
Right.
It's not a huge bustling city.
That's right.
It's still got that small town charm.
Escape from the traffic.
It's a little bit of an escape, yeah. But yet there's still good opportunities here, and we're preparing our students for that.
That's
Absolutely.
right. And it's a hidden gem, and obviously it's not as hidden as it used to be. But when you start looking at those big cities and they're growing and they're populating, and those taxes start getting very expensive and they start kicking people out, where are they heading and settling? Well, what we want is our students not to head there and their people to come here, right? And there's nothing wrong for those who are listening. There's nothing wrong for them to come here. But what I'm saying is we want our students to leave and come back, because we have a university. We want them to go to that university and come back. And even if they don't go to that university, we have TCAT right here.
Brand new.
Our district, our county. We want them, and they want them to stay here. That's how you build a successful community. That's how you do those things. And it starts with education. And we have to have leaders who want to lead that, and we have our student leaders who are also leading in our building.
And our economic development leaders understand that. Quality of place, part of that quality of place is education, and those students being a central part of making Shelbyville and Bedford County a great place to live. And when you think about the revitalization that's happened on the square, the things that are going on at the riverfront tied to our square.
Sure.
They want students involved in that as well, and the arts initiatives that are taking place through Bridge Bedford. They talk every month. I'm a part of that board, and every month they talk about students and education and arts and that involvement in making Shelbyville Bedford a great place to live.
That's fantastic. Well, our young learners are with us today. Our student leaders, Clara, Ozella, and David Quinones. Is that Quinones?
Very good.
I want to hear from you guys about how STEAM supports your curiosity and problem-solving skills. Clara, let's start with you, if you don't mind. Do you have any stories regarding that?
I'd say it's STEAM is like a great way to like help my imagination like go off, because it gives me an idea and like a path to go on. So it's like I get to make something by that, and it's always like really fun, because it's a whole exploring thing where you can make like anything to help solve the problem that is given to you.
So what you just said is it helps give you creative ideas. You get to make them happen, whether you're just completely crafting them on your own, and you find that very fun.
Yeah.
So that makes you want to do it again.
Yeah.
Right? And so that I see what you're doing here. It's wonderful.
We're exploring that curiosity. It's already there. You think about all of our students, all of our young kids, those who are not even in school, and they start developing their personality. And it's fun to watch these 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, and they're already starting to develop this personality, and they go off to elementary school and they still have that personality. And sometimes it's hard to keep that joy and that learning light bulb alive as they move through school, because you get so bogged down with curriculum. You get so bogged down with, I have to sit here and be quiet and lecture and all, testing. And so what we really want, as Clara said, we want them to just be curious. We want them to be kids. And I know that sounds like a crazy idea, but we want them to be kids, but also through learning.
Well, and I think the only reason why you would say that sounds like a crazy idea is people think that school is all about lectures and testing and being quiet and not moving and asking to do anything.
Right.
But this, on the other hand, is a new way of thinking. It's a little bit more, I guess, progressive, and we're thinking about how we can help people be creative and enjoy learning.
And if you visited a STEAM night at Cartwright, you see that your model is often that our students, by grade level, you're given a problem, correct?
Yes.
And you're asked to solve that problem in a creative way. So what has maybe been some of your favorite problems that you've tackled? Because y'all been doing this for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
My favorite one was probably our Native American study, where basically the problem was we needed to make sure that we brought Native American culture, not just leaving it behind, but like taking it now and like showing how important it is for like them, you know?
Awesome.
Okay. So what did you guys do to solve that problem?
Yeah.
David, jump in here. What did y'all do to solve that problem of the Native American culture being lost?
What we did was create something that showed Native American culture and how they live.
And then what we did with that is we had a showcase, right? And people came in and they legitimately asked them questions like, well, why is this even important? And they had to then actually answer the problem.
Sell it
to them, defend it to them. And because STEAM is, yes, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, but we have our student ambassadors for a reason, and we want to make sure that when we leave Cartwright Elementary and we head off Cascade Middle or Harris Middle, that we're giving them more than just STEAM skills, right? Or we're just giving them more than curriculum skills. We're giving them what's called 21st century skills, and those 21st century skills are being able to talk and speak and listen, because we forget about the listening part of those skills.
That's easy for anybody to forget. Guys, that's easy for adults to forget. One thing you'll learn as you get older is that you think we all have it together and we don't, just because we're adults. We still need to learn some of these lessons about listening. And honestly, I could probably benefit from a STEAM course, to be honest with you. But, that's fantastic. It's good to hear from you guys. Tell you what, let's take a 60-second break, and we'll be right back with more Gov Talk and more about STEAM, Cartwright Elementary, and maybe even a look at the new Bedford County Schools app.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company, 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station, 931-684-5662.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
And we're back here on Gov Talk with Carol Garrett and friends. Today we're talking to Malcom Martin, Assistant Principal at Cartwright Elementary School. Of course, Miss Carol, Director of Communications at Bedford County Schools, and a couple students from Cartwright Elementary. And David, we want to hear from you again. I want to start by asking you, what's your favorite STEAM project that you've been able to do so far?
My favorite STEAM project we got to do this school year was the Native American Culture STEAM project, and I liked it because it was very creative, and we got to use a lot of creativity.
Okay, and what did that look like for you? What was creative for you?
Like, we used a lot of materials, a lot of thinking.
Mm-hmm. You get to put some stuff together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like what?
Like trying to figure out their problem, trying to
What did you and your friends create? What was your artifact?
it was a little land with American culture life on it, like horses, tibbies.
Oh, cool. Yeah, really good. That reminds me, I think I did a project kind of like that at Thomas Magnet, and I had to build one of these clay houses that a particular type of Native American tribe would have lived in. Right. And that was, it was creative. Mm-hmm. Maybe I've been a part of a STEAM program.
Maybe
I don't know. I might have. But it was fun. And then I never really forgot about that, because I remembered how their culture was.
Right, and I think this one was really fun for them because they did some Socratic seminars around it. We had totem poles. We had all kinds of different artifacts because we were trying not to lose the Native American culture. And they got to put their items in the museum, per se, so that those items didn't actually get lost.
And so for the listening audience that doesn't know our education jargon, what does Socratic seminar mean? How is that better or helpful?
It's definitely, I don't want to make anyone upset, my ELA teachers. I'm not going to say it's better or worse, but what it does help is it goes back to those 21st century skills and getting our students to talk about what's going on. So they kind of sit in a circle. And Mr. Yates is phenomenal with leading these Socratic seminars. He's one of our 5th grade ELA teachers. And they sit in a circle and they have a script they kind of go off on. But let me tell you, I sat in one in Mr. Yates' class, and they totally go off the script. They get to going back and forth, and they're talking, and they're asked questions like, well, what if this would happen?
Yeah, so it's question-based and discussion-based.
Mm-hmm. Discussion. Yeah. Yeah.
And what it does, it really digs deep into, do the students actually know what they're talking about?
Right.
One way I feel like you can really tell if you know about something is if you can teach it to others, or you can engage in a discussion about that topic. So, for example, if we were to sit here and talk about Native American culture, history, housing, whatever, it sounds like our students today could probably follow with us and probably lead me. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if you could design a STEAM project, Clara, what would it be and why?
I feel like if I were to design a STEAM project, it would be something that could help reduce how much waste that we just throw into our earth and our environment. People always waste stuff a lot, and they're acting like we have a billion Earths. We only have one, so we need to take care of it.
Sure.
Listen to that.
That's good.
Wow, that sounds like you're passionate.
I hope that's going to be your next project. That's fantastic.
Well, I tell you what, these projects naturally create themselves. I was just in a PLC is a learning community. It's where we teachers sit together and we talk about whatever. So they're talking about their next STEAM project. And my first graders, they won a class pet for their first grade.
All right.
And so they won a class pet. And of course they said, can we have one? And I'm like, well, who's going to feed it? Who's going to take care of it? Like, what's going to what's going to happen? And so you know what happened? Guess what their third quarter PBL is? Their project-based learning. They are going to develop a habitat and an enclosure for their guinea pig. And if they're successful, they can get a guinea pig.
You get one.
And that is, and not only, that's not just a one-off. One, it was naturally kind of came together, but also during the third quarter, their curriculum is actually talking about habitats. So we actually tie directly to their curriculum. Yeah.
Do you think they're going to get a guinea pig?
Yes, they're going to get a guinea pig.
I think you got some brilliant students.
Yeah, they're going to get one.
They're going to have a schedule for who takes the guinea pig home on the weekend and over break. And what if there's a snow day and you left a guinea pig at school?
Oh, my goodness.
They have a lot but they have 10.5 weeks. March 19th is when we're going to assess if we are going to get our guinea pig. So
wow. Okay.
We need to follow this.
Yeah, we need a monthly update.
Yes,
on your
we do.
show about the guinea pig.
It might come. Right. Well, knowing my first grade teachers and knowing my first grade students, it probably will come sooner because they'll be done fairly quickly once we realize that we have an opportunity to get this guinea pig.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what they name it, won't it?
Yeah.
That's right.
David, if you could design a STEAM project for your school or community, what would you choose?
It would be like, it would show our school kindness and how people get along.
Really?
Very
okay.
good.
Be all about kindness and so like relationship based. Okay.
I like that.
That's really nice.
And David and I talked about that one this morning before we came here. He was telling me that the problem and this is something for our adult audience here that's listening. He noticed that the problem is we are struggling as a community getting along. And he sees that as students that they are doing a good job of getting along at Cartwright. So he kind of wanted to design maybe like a PSA. Like, here's what we're doing. Couldn't everybody else do the same and get along?
I don't see why we can't do that.
I think we have our next student radio project.
I think we do.
And he's already said it, PSAs.
How sweet.
Yes, I love it. But I think it's true. It's an astute observation on the divisiveness in our world and how can we overcome conflict. I mean, at our core, I think we all want the same things. We all want a good life. We all want to live on a good earth. And how do we do this together? Mm-hmm. I love it.
And I love both of your dreams, and I think they're achievable. And I encourage you guys to, even if it's not a school-wide STEAM project, although it sounds like a good chance.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But make it part of your routine. You know, see what you can do.
And now you have friends at the radio station. Maybe they can help us out.
Sure, be glad to. Well, at this point, let's talk a little bit about the new BCS app, Carol.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So this was a kind of exercise in solving problems as well, because if you ask, especially parents of older students who are involved in lots of clubs and sports, extracurricular activities especially, show me how you communicate with teachers and coaches and club advisors at your school. And the parent will flip open their phone and show you 8, 9, 10 different apps that they're using to communicate with teachers, the school, officially, coaches, and club advisors. And we said, wow, it's very frustrating for parents. So we said, is there a way to have one app that is the official school communication that will do all things? Now that's tough because elementary schools want different things than middle and high schools want in communicating with parents. Two very different worlds. Mm-hmm. And students begin to get their own cell phone, mobile devices when they are in middle school and high school, and they kind of take over some of the communication with school personnel. So there's a lot of challenges. And for example, elementary schools use behavior point systems. And so it was important to our elementary schools to have something that was easy for a teacher standing in the hallway to reward a student or say to a student right there in the hallway. So a behavior point system that's easy to use. So we went shopping for all these things. Anyway, long story short, in November we launched a new app, and it's a Bedford County Schools customized app. You can go onto the App Store. Anyone can download the app. You don't have to be, you don't have to have a student in the school system. You can be the mayor of our town and download the app and see happenings and see a feed.
Oh, that's right.
It kind of looks like a social media feed. And you're seeing pictures from our schools, and you can look at the district feed, or you can look at any of the schools feed. I can go look at Thomas, I can go look at Cartwright, I can go look at Shelbyville Central High School's feed, or the district's feed, or both, and see what's going on in the schools. But then if you are a parent, you get to, you are in a room with your child's teacher or teachers or club advisors or coaches. So even coaches who do not work directly for the school system, they aren't teachers and coaches, but they are outside coaches, they are a part of the app as well. So they are officially communicating via the BCS app versus parents having to have all these different things.
That sounds like it's more secure anyways, and convenient. It's
safer. You know, it's we have our administrators have complete oversight over all conversations if they need to. Now, they don't have time to witness 1,200 conversations that might be going on today, but if somebody says, hey, I need you to look at this, they can moderate and check any conversation. So, and what's that about? It's not about invading privacy. It's about safety for our students.
I'm all for that.
And so our technology team feels really good about that part as well, as we all do.
Of course.
But we didn't have any perspective on launching an app. This was new to all of us, and we're learning every day. I learn something new every day. Oh, I didn't realize this is how this works. But according to the company that we've partnered with on this, which that company's name is App2G, APP. Yes. So there you go, app, APPTEGY, App2G. They told us that our launch was super successful.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. And so I brought some statistics to you, and they told us that within the first 2 weeks of our launch, almost half of all Bedford County students had at least one guardian active in the platform. And I checked those after we came back from break, and now almost 60% are active. Wow. And of those, 93% of the guardians have responded to or sent a message, so they're actively engaging with our teachers, coaches, and club advisors.
So it's doing the trick.
That's right. And so we were like, is that good? And our launch, our partner in this, App2G, said it takes most school systems months to reach these numbers, and y'all reached them in a couple of weeks. So yes, it's good.
But it sounds like our parents are really engaged and care quite a bit about staying connected. What's some feedback you've gotten from parents since you've launched?
Well, when we came back from break, I said, so how are we looking? I asked our partner company, and they said that BCS staff made 2,133 announcements and sent over 9,000 messages in December. Wow. That's twice as many as were sent in November, even with the time off for winter break. So they said that's incredible. Yeah. So we're super excited, and that's kudos to our schools, our school leaders. That's kudos to our teachers and our coaches who have said, hey, it's new, it's hard to change. People don't always like change. Not everyone likes change, and
but some change is really more convenient, though. I mean,
that's come on. But our teachers have said, "All right, we're going to get on board. We're going to do this," and we've had a lot of success. They also told me that cumulatively, over 3,700, almost 3,800 have downloaded the app for iPhone, so iOS downloads, and then for Androids, over 1,400 have downloaded it. So really good numbers according to Apogee. But Cartwright, switching it back to them, Cartwright is one of our leaders in terms of saying, hey, we're going to adopt this and jump out there with messaging. So, and they're doing it really well. So shout outs to them, not only the school leadership, but teachers too are some of our biggest users from the Cartwright School in terms of communicating with parents. So Mr. Martin can talk about that and how that's helped in reaching our parents and guardians and engaging with them.
Exactly.
I think what we realize, well, first, I'll start by my teachers are very adaptive, and I think that comes from the STEAM stuff. Like, hey, we're throwing this at you, let's get it going. And they're like, all right, let's go.
Let's do it.
But with that being said, you know, we had a goal to start this year before we even knew about the app, and that goal was to make sure our students were at school. We wanted to decrease our chronic absenteeism. So we wanted to make sure that we can get our students to school. And this was something that we talked about over the summer. This is not one of those things that are like, oh, we're doing it because the state says we need to do it or anything. Like, we truly, and I tell my parents and I tell my students, they hear me say this on announcements, we tell our teachers, we actually truly want our kids at school. Like, this is not a, like, oh, the state's, no, we really want them because, one, we have all these things going on, and we really want them there to be a part of it and want them there. So what we did with the app, once it got announced, is like, okay, let's take this goal of ours, this new initiative, and I talked to Dr. Garrette one day and about, you know, different ways of getting students to school, and we kind of brainstormed some ideas. Ms. Yos and I brainstormed some ideas and, you know, just a leadership talk. And what we decided was we're going to send out attendance messages. And it wasn't just, oh, you know, be here today or tomorrow's a full day of school. No, it was like statistics showing that, hey, by this time, so by third grade, those who have missed so many percentage days of school will fall behind by middle school. By sixth grade, if you have missed this many days. And then also, besides that, it was just showing, hey guys, we're having our pep rally this Friday. If you're here, because the last 2 weeks, we see this in December and we see this in May, that we see a lot of absences because people are starting kind of getting tired of being at school. We know the breaks are coming, etc.
Wow.
And these are actual research numbers that we can pull all of our schools in our district. And I guarantee you, the last few weeks of May and the last few weeks of December, we see big increases of absences. So what we decided to do is we're going to counter that. So we had an initiative, and we got one of our community partners to donate some gift cards. And we said, if you have perfect attendance for these next 2 weeks, we didn't say the whole year. We said these next 2 weeks, we will raffle you off a gift card. And we were sending those out in message. And the messages were like, hey guys, just remember, and we do these messages Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like clockwork, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, about attendance. And we started using that. And I think what happened is once my teachers realized that we as the leaders were using this app consistently, they also started to use it. Let's throw out some announcements too. Hey, we have our PBL, we have STEAM night coming up, we have our field trip coming up, don't forget to get these. And not only that, hey, parents, we just want to let you know that our students had a good day. We had a good day today. Hey, Happy New Year. We just because we want to make sure that we are not, because school is, we hear the phrase, it takes a village, right? But it truly does. And our kids, some of our kids spend more time during school and after school programs at the school than they do with, at home. But we want to make sure that these students have a safe and comfortable environment, and that we also want to show that our teachers are loving on your children while they're here and they're safe. And just small things. Hey, parents, we have a lockdown drill coming up. We just want to let you know it's just a drill. Things like that, just to keep them comfortable, because it can get it's a world, kind of what David was talking about, and Ms. Garrett, very divisive, and a lot of things are happening in this world right now. And we use the app to leverage good communication between parents and our teachers, parents in our school, and then our students and our teachers, and our students in our school. And we're using what we're given, and we're just leveraging it. And I'm telling you, I tell other leaders in our district, and we have a lot of great leaders in our district, guys, we're not doing anything special. Dr. Garrett gave us a shout out through an email one time, and I had my phone blowing up like, hey, what are y'all doing? I said, guys, we're just sending out text messages.
Announcements and messages.
And what we've noticed is that we're getting good feedback from our parents. And just like anything, can we be better at it? Absolutely, we can be better at it. Always. But we're just trying to communicate. And so that way, when things are said and done, and we put our head on our pillow at night, we know that we're doing our best for our students, we're doing our best for our teachers, and we're doing our best for our parents. And we're just taking that app that the district gave us and leveraging our abilities to communicate.
What are some examples of some feedback you've got, and I'm putting you on the spot here, but some feedback you've gotten from parents? Because it really is, when we launched this, and you know, it's painful again to change, but that's what we said to our staff, and that's what we mean. This is for our parents, so we can communicate better. And it is also for the older students as well. But what's some of the examples of feedback you've received from our parent guardians?
So because this is real life, we've received positive and negative feedback, because that's how real life works.
That's right.
We first started with the negative feedback. We don't want to move from our old app. Like, no, this is the middle of the year. Like, we're not doing this. I'm sorry, we can't get on, etc. We started with that, you know, and there's always a pushback of everything. And then you push forward and you hold the wall, and you just like, you're the wall and they can push. And that turned into positive feedback. Oh, you know, actually we like this. This works. I actually like the simplicity of getting a text message from you instead of having to open an app to check, because
that's right.
A text message just comes out and they just read it. And when we develop our text message, and sometimes we need longer messages, but our goal is to get within that 180 characters. It gives us 180 characters. So when you get a notification on your phone, you don't even have to open your phone. You can just read the notification that says XYZ from Cartwright Elementary. So we even narrowed it down to, all right, we'll do 180 characters, so I don't even need them to open up their phone and click the link to open up the larger message. I just want them to see it.
But if you have a larger message, it does. All you have to do is one touch, and it truncates, and you can see the whole thing.
A lot of positive about loving the simplicity. They like that they're able to hear from us. They just like that our teachers and us are also in collaboration. Like, we've made a effort for all of our teachers. Guys, we're going to use this app. We're not using our old app. So that way I don't have a parent of a 5th grader and then a parent of a 3rd grader. So, because we have kids, especially in elementary school, it's K through 5. That's 6 grades. And we have pre-K too. So that's 7 grades. It's very easy to have a 5th grader and a 3rd grader, or a 5th grader and a kindergartner and their siblings. And I have one sibling using the old app and another. So we wanted to make sure that we were making the effort that everybody's on this. And that's also something they liked. That was also positive feedback that...
All in one.
Wow. Well, that's great, you guys. I think we're about out of time. Is there anything else you want to mention before we go off the air today?
Well, I always try to announce our next parent university.
Okay.
Ms. Garrett, before you do that, I want to say one thing for Cartwright, and then I'll let you close this out.
No problem. Good.
I do want to say for Cartwright, we do always make an effort to reach out to our community partners in our community. So if anybody's listening and you would love to get in contact with Cartwright and partner with us about different STEAM, it doesn't have to be money. If you would love to give us money, we'll take it. But it does not have to be money. If you just want to come in and help design PBL, if you want to be a community partner in a career and you just want to come show off your career, you can reach out to us. You can call the front office, or you can email me. My email is martinm1@bedfordk12tn.net. And like I always tell Dr. Garrett, Mr. Harwell, and all, Ms. Garrett, you've probably heard me say this before, it doesn't matter where you put Cartwright Elementary. You can put us in Bedford County, Williamson County, Rutherford County, Murfreesboro City Schools. Our goal is to be able to be a school that anybody will want to come to.
There you go.
I want to go to Cartwright.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to go.
I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you adding that. But yes, community partners always welcome. And like you said, not just the time is very valuable.
Of course.
Commodity for our community partners to share as well. And our students always benefit from those connections and those networking opportunities. So Parent University, our next one is next Thursday, January the 15th. Those are always 6 to 7 o'clock at night, and they are always at Harris Middle School because that is the most central location in our community. Sure. So it's for all parents. So you definitely don't have to just be a Harris Middle School parent. This is for everybody, and they're free, and translators are always available. That's our always. But our next one is Thursday, January 15th, and it is how to prepare for successfully navigating middle school. And it is going to be led by our middle school principals.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's going to be great. Again, no charge. Translators available. So if you've got a student entering middle school next year.
I see you guys.
Right here.
Oh, we got some upcoming rising middle schoolers here.
You might want to go to this session, meet your principal, and hear from principals across the county about how to be successful in middle school. It's quite a transition from elementary to middle.
It is.
The independence that's expected is a big step up, but our Cartwright students, I know, are going to be so well prepared. But this is an additional session led by our principals to help parents and students fully understand what do I need to be thinking about. And what a great time to be thinking about it while you're still in elementary school and anticipating that shift, that transition to the next level next fall, so you can think about what those skills are that you need while you're still in school at your elementary school.
Absolutely. Well, Carol, thank you for coming and bringing your friends today. Malcolm, Mr. Martin, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, Chase.
Yeah, and David and Clara, thanks for coming in and sharing about your visions and your experience today. All right, guys, this has been Gov Talk here on WLIJ, talking with Carol Garrett and friends, Director of Communications for Bedford County Schools, and, of course, friends, right?
Right.
And our special guest today. We will see you guys next time.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care. Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at KincaidService.com.